You are not here by accident. Chosen one, you did not stumble upon this message by chance. Nothing in the spiritual realm happens randomly, and the fact that you are here right now is already confirmation that you are being guided. Not all who wander are lost, but those who wander without purpose will never find their way. And you, yes, you, have a purpose that reaches far beyond the ordinary path most people walk. This message is not for everyone. Many may hear these words, but only a few will truly understand them. This is for the true chosen ones, the ones who have always felt different, set apart, misunderstood, and pulled towards something greater, even when they couldn't explain why. From a young age, you sensed that your life carried weight, that your journey would not be easy, and that your soul was marked for something higher. That feeling was not imagination, it was recognition. The path of a chosen one is not paved with comfort. It is shaped by trials, isolation, spiritual battles, and moments that test your faith and strength. You have been broken, stretched, and refined, not to destroy you, but to prepare you. Every delay, every loss, every moment of confusion was part of your spiritual training. Heaven has been shaping you quietly, even when you felt abandoned or unseen. But understand this clearly, chosen one. With great calling comes great responsibility. There are spiritual laws you must respect and traps you must avoid. Some actions, behaviors, and energies can block your alignment, dim your light, and slow your destiny if you are not aware of them. These are not ordinary mistakes. They are spiritual missteps that can pull a chosen one off course. This message has been sent as divine instruction. It is not meant to scare you, but to awaken you. What you are about to receive is wisdom designed to protect your spirit, sharpen your discernment, and keep you aligned with your true mission. If you stay until the end, you will recognize patterns from your own life and finally understand why certain struggles have followed you and how to rise above them. Chosen one, listen carefully. Your soul already knows the truth. This message is simply reminding you of who you are and why you were called. Chapter 1. Never ignore your inner voice. Chosen one, the first and most dangerous mistake you can make on your journey is ignoring your inner voice. This is not a small error. It is a spiritual misalignment that can slowly pull you away from your divine path. Your inner voice is not random thought, emotion, or imagination. It is the sacred channel through which God guides you, warns you, and redirects you when you are about to step off course. From the moment you were set apart, you were given heightened spiritual awareness. That quiet knowing you feel, the sudden unease in certain situations, the unexplainable peace about a decision that makes no sense to others. This is how God speaks to you. The chosen ones do not receive guidance the same way everyone else does. Your direction often comes through intuition, conviction, dreams, and inner restraint. When you ignore this voice, you silence divine instruction. Think back, chosen one. There were moments when you felt strongly that something was wrong about a person, a deal, a place, or a decision. You felt it deep in your spirit, yet you reasoned it away. You listened to logic, pressure, or the opinions of others instead. And later, you saw the consequences unfold exactly as your spirit had warned you. That was not coincidence. That was confirmation that your inner voice is accurate and divinely tuned. The world is loud, and the voice of God within you is often gentle. This is why so many chosen ones struggle here. Society teaches you to trust what you can see, touch, and prove. But God often leads you through faith, not evidence. He will call you to walk away before things fall apart. He will tell you no when everything looks good on the surface. He will urge you to wait when impatience is screaming at you to move. Ignoring that voice is how chosen ones walk into unnecessary pain. Your inner voice is also your protection. It alerts you to hidden danger, false intentions, and spiritual traps long before they become visible. When something feels heavy, draining, or unsettling, that is not paranoia. It is discernment. When someone's words sound right, but your spirit feels uneasy, that is a warning. Chosen one, you must stop doubting your discernment. It has saved you more times than you realize. But understand this truth. The more you ignore your inner voice, the quieter it becomes. Not because God stops speaking, but because your spirit learns that you are not listening. This is how confusion enters. This is how clarity fades. This is how chosen ones begin to feel disconnected and lost. Alignment requires obedience, not perfection. So how do you strengthen this divine connection? First, you must create stillness. Your inner voice speaks most clearly when your spirit is calm. Prayer, silence, reflection, and time away from noise are not luxuries. They are necessities for chosen ones. Second, you must trust what you feel, even when it contradicts logic. Faith often looks unreasonable before it looks wise. Third, you must act when you are instructed. Delayed obedience is still disobedience. Chosen one, your inner voice is heaven's compass placed inside you. To ignore it is to walk blindfolded through a spiritual battlefield. To honor it is to move under divine protection and guidance. Listen, trust, obey. Your destiny depends on it. Chapter 2. Never entertain negative energies or toxic people. Chosen one. The second forbidden action on your divine path is entertaining negative energies and allowing toxic people access to your life. This is not a small issue. It is a silent spiritual drain that weakens even the strongest anointed souls. Your energy is sacred. You are not like everyone else. You carry a heightened spiritual frequency, and because of that, everything around you affects you more deeply. As a chosen one, you are naturally sensitive to energy. You feel atmospheres shift. You sense when something is off even if no one says a word. You absorb emotional and spiritual vibrations whether you want to or not. This is a gift, but if it is not guarded, it becomes a burden. Negative people, toxic relationships, and low vibration environments slowly erode your spiritual strength without you realizing it. Toxic people do not always appear evil. Some smile in your face, some claim to support you. Some are family, some are friends, some are people you feel obligated to keep around. But pay attention, chosen one. How do you feel after interacting with them? Do you feel drained, confused, anxious, heavy, or doubtful? Or do you feel uplifted, encouraged, and aligned? Your spirit always tells the truth, even when your emotions try to justify what your soul already knows. Negative energy works subtly. It doesn't attack all at once. It seeps in slowly through complaints, gossip, fear, jealousy, mockery of your calling, or constant chaos. Over time, you begin to feel tired for no clear reason. Your motivation weakens. Your clarity fades. Your faith feels heavier to carry. This is not random. It is spiritual contamination. Chosen one, not everyone deserves access to you. Your presence is valuable. Your energy is medicine. And there are people who are drawn to you not to grow, but to feed. Some are attracted to your light because they lack their own. Others are threatened by it and seek to dim it. Both are dangerous if you lack boundaries. Setting boundaries does not make you selfish. It makes you obedient to your calling. God did not choose you to be everyone's emotional dumping ground. You are not here to save, fix, or carry people who refuse to change. Some people are assignments, others are distractions. Discernment is knowing the difference. You must also be mindful of environments. Certain places carry heavy spiritual residue, conflict, stress, envy, anger. When you remain too long in such spaces, your spirit becomes burdened. This is why nature restores you. This is why silence heals you. This is why prayer recenters you. These are not preferences. They are spiritual maintenance. Chosen one, cleanse your energy regularly. Pray, reflect, disconnect when needed. Remove yourself from conversations that feel wrong in your spirit. Walk away from relationships that consistently drain you. You do not need to explain your boundaries to everyone. Those aligned with you will understand. Those offended by your boundaries were benefiting from your lack of them. Remember this truth. Protecting your energy is protecting your destiny. You cannot fulfill a divine assignment while constantly recovering from spiritual exhaustion. Guard your light. Be selective. Be discerning. And never forget, peace is a confirmation that you are aligned. Chapter 3. Do not ignore your inner warning system. Chosen one, this chapter is crucial. One of the greatest mistakes you can make on your divine path is ignoring the inner warnings God has placed within you. That quiet voice, that sudden heaviness, that unexplained hesitation, that feeling that something is off even when everything looks fine on the surface. This is not fear. This is discernment. This is your spiritual warning system, and it was activated the moment you were chosen. God speaks to his chosen ones in many ways, but one of the most powerful is through inner knowing. Before danger arrives, Before betrayal reveals itself, before loss becomes visible, your spirit often knows first. You feel it in your chest. You sense it in your dreams. You experience it as unease you cannot logically explain. When you ignore these signals, you step outside divine protection. Not because God leaves you, but because you overrode His guidance. As a chosen one, your intuition is heightened. You are not meant to live by logic alone. The world may tell you to prove it, wait for evidence, or stop overthinking, but your soul operates on a higher frequency. Many of your hardest lessons came from moments when you felt warned, but stayed anyway, trusted when you were told not to, spoke when silence was advised, or remained where God had already signaled it was time to leave. Understand this. Discomfort is not always a test to endure. Sometimes it is an instruction to exit. God does not warn you to scare you. He warns you to protect you. The enemy cannot access you directly, so he looks for moments when you doubt your own discernment. When you second-guess yourself, you create openings. When you dismiss your inner alerts, you delay your destiny. Chosen one, your spirit reacts faster than your mind. Your body may feel heavy around certain people. Your energy may drop in certain places. Your peace may disappear during certain conversations. These are not coincidences. These are spiritual indicators. Ignoring them leads to exhaustion, confusion, and unnecessary battles. Honoring them leads to alignment, clarity, and divine favor. One reason you have been misunderstood is because you walk away without explaining. You leave suddenly. You change direction quickly. People may call you distant, cold, or unpredictable, but what they don't see is that you are responding to instructions they cannot hear. Obedience often looks strange to those who are not spiritually awake. Another truth you must accept: not everyone deserves access to your explanations. Sometimes God tells you to move silently, to disconnect quietly, to shift without announcement. This is not weakness, this is wisdom. When you explain too much, you invite interference. When you trust your inner guidance, you stay covered. Chosen one, the more you obey your inner warnings, the stronger they become. Discernment sharpens with obedience. Clarity increases with trust. Peace follows alignment. Stop asking everyone for validation when God has already spoken within you. Not every decision needs approval. Some require faith. Let this chapter seal into your spirit. Your intuition is not random. It is divine communication. Trust it. Honor it. Act on it. God will never contradict the peace He places in your soul. When your spirit says no, listen. When it says move, obey. Your destiny depends on it. Chapter 4. Your compassion is a sign of your assignment. Chosen one. One of the clearest signs of your calling is the depth of your compassion. You don't just notice pain, you feel it. You don't simply observe suffering, you carry it. While others can turn away, ignore, or detach, something inside you refuses to do so. This is not emotional weakness. This is spiritual responsibility. God placed this sensitivity in you on purpose. From an early age, you likely felt different. You cared deeply when others laughed. You worried about people who had already moved on. You felt responsible for emotional atmospheres, family tension, and even problems you did not create. This wasn't accidental. God allowed your heart to remain open in a world that hardens people, because your mission requires empathy. Healing flows through those who can feel. Chosen one, compassion is a double-edged gift. It allows you to heal, but it also makes you vulnerable to emotional exhaustion if you are not careful. Many of your hardest seasons came not from your own choices, but from carrying burdens that were never meant to be yours. You stayed too long. You forgave too quickly. You gave without limits. You hoped people would change because you saw their potential instead of their patterns. Here's a truth you must understand now. Your compassion is sacred, but it must be guarded. God never called you to rescue everyone. He called you to serve with wisdom. When compassion is not balanced with discernment, it turns into self-sacrifice that drains your spirit. The enemy often tries to exploit your empathy by sending broken people who refuse to heal but feed on your light. Chosen one, you were designed to uplift, not to be depleted. There's a difference between helping and carrying. Helping empowers others to stand. Carrying enables them to stay dependent. God wants you to be a channel, not a container. When you feel constantly tired after helping someone, it is a sign that the exchange is unhealthy. Your compassion also explains why people open up to you so easily. Strangers tell you their life stories. Friends lean on you emotionally. Even those who hurt you feel safe confessing to you. Your presence feels non-threatening because your spirit carries peace. But peace does not mean permission. You must learn to set boundaries without guilt. Chosen one, boundaries do not make you cold. They keep you anointed. Jesus healed many, but he also withdrew to rest. He loved deeply, but he did not chase those who rejected truth. Follow that example. You are allowed to step back. You are allowed to say no. You are allowed to protect your energy. Another reason your compassion is powerful is because it reflects God's heart. You love even when it costs you. You forgive even when you are wounded. You hope even when you have been disappointed. This is why heaven trusts you with influence. But influence must be stewarded carefully. Let this chapter realign you. Your compassion is not meant to destroy you. It is meant to flow through you. Serve, but do not bleed. Love, but do not lose yourself. Care, but do not carry what God never assigned to you. Chosen one, when your compassion is guided by discernment, it becomes unstoppable. You will help the right people at the right time in the right way. And in doing so, you will fulfill your mission without losing your peace. Chapter 5. People are drawn to you without knowing why. Chosen one. Have you noticed how people gravitate toward you, even when you are quiet, reserved, or simply minding your own business? This is not coincidence. It is spiritual magnetism. God placed a frequency within you that calls others on a soul level. They may not understand it, but they feel it. Your presence speaks before your words ever do. People sense safety around you. They feel seen without being judged. They feel heard without being corrected. This is why strangers confide in you, why broken people find their way to you, and why those in confusion often seek your counsel without invitation. Your spirit carries reassurance. That reassurance is rare in a noisy, chaotic world. Chosen one, this attraction is not rooted in personality. It is rooted in assignment. Your soul emits a calming authority that disarms others. When people are near you, their defenses lower, their masks slip, truth rises to the surface. That is why conversations around you go deeper than expected. That is also why some people feel uncomfortable in your presence. Light exposes what darkness wants to hide. But understand this clearly. Not everyone who is drawn to you is meant to stay. Some are attracted because they need healing, others because they need guidance, and some because they want access to your energy without accountability. Discernment is critical here. Attraction does not equal alignment. Chosen one, many of your disappointments came from assuming that connection meant commitment. You thought because someone felt close to you, they valued you. But some people come only to receive, not to grow. When they are healed or challenged, they leave. This is not rejection. It is completion. Your presence also triggers transformation. People around you are forced to confront themselves. This is why some suddenly change around you, grow distant, or become defensive. You reflect truth without trying. And truth makes people uncomfortable if they are not ready to evolve. God designed you this way for a reason. You are meant to shift environments just by entering them. Rooms change when you arrive. Conversations soften. Conflicts lose intensity. This is not accidental. It is anointing. However, this magnetic pull requires boundaries. Not every person drawn to you deserves access to you. You are not a public well for everyone to drink from. You must learn to protect your energy, your time, and your peace. Saying no does not mean you are failing your mission. It means you are honoring it. Chosen one, you will notice that when you begin to set boundaries, some people disappear. Let them. Those who are truly aligned will respect your limits. Those who are only feeding on your light will move on. Your role is not to be everything to everyone. Your role is to be obedient to God's direction. When He sends someone to you, you will feel peace, not pressure. Clarity, not confusion. Balance, not burnout. Remember this, your presence is powerful because it carries purpose. People are drawn to you because your soul remembers why it came here. Protect that gift, steward it wisely, and trust that God will bring the right people at the right time to walk with you, not drain you. Chosen one, attraction is not your burden, it is your calling. Chapter 6. You feel others' pain as if it were your own. Chosen one, This is one of the heaviest signs, and one of the clearest. You do not just understand people's pain intellectually, you feel it. Their sorrow sits in your chest. Their anxiety echoes in your thoughts. Their wounds touch your spirit as if they were yours. This is not weakness. This is sacred sensitivity. God designed you with a deep emotional and spiritual awareness. Your heart is tuned to frequencies most people cannot perceive. You pick up on unspoken emotions, hidden struggles, and silent cries. Even when someone smiles, you can sense the ache beneath it. This is why crowded rooms can exhaust you and why certain conversations linger in your spirit long after they end. Chosen one, this level of empathy is rare. It is the mark of a healer, but it is also a test. Because if you do not learn how to manage this gift, it can overwhelm you. Many times, you have felt heavy for no clear reason. You wake up tired, even after resting. You feel sadness that does not seem to belong to you. That is because you are absorbing emotional and spiritual weight from others. You are not imagining it. Your spirit is highly receptive. This is why you must learn the difference between compassion and carrying. You are called to care, but not to carry what God never assigned you to hold. When you carry other people's pain without boundaries, it drains your strength and clouds your clarity. Chosen one, you were never meant to suffer in silence for everyone else. You were meant to be a channel, not a container. Pain is meant to pass through you with wisdom, not stay within you and poison your peace. There is also a reason you have experienced deep pain yourself. Your own wounds have expanded your capacity to understand others. What tried to break you refined you. What hurt you trained your discernment. You learned empathy not from theory, but from survival. But hear this clearly. Your past pain does not mean your future must be heavy. Healing others does not require self-destruction. God does not ask you to bleed endlessly to prove your calling. This is why solitude is essential for you. Time alone is not avoidance, it is restoration. Prayer, stillness, reflection, and quiet reset your spirit. Without these, emotional overload will slowly disconnect you from joy. You must also learn to release what is not yours. When you feel weighed down, ask yourself, is this mine to carry? If the answer is no, give it back to God. He never intended you to replace Him. Chosen one, some people will unconsciously rely on your empathy instead of facing their own healing. Be careful. Support does not mean sacrifice. Love does not mean depletion. Your sensitivity is not a curse. It is a sacred instrument. When balanced with wisdom and boundaries, it becomes a source of divine strength. When unguarded, it becomes a source of exhaustion. Protect your heart, guard your spirit, and remember this truth. You were chosen to heal, not to suffer endlessly. Chosen one, when you honor your own emotional well-being, your gift becomes pure, powerful, and sustainable. Chapter 7. You are here to shift lives without trying. Chosen one, this final sign is subtle yet undeniable. Your presence alone changes people. You do not always need words. You do not always need effort. Simply being who you are shifts rooms, softens hearts, and awakens something in others. This is not coincidence. This is calling. Have you noticed how people behave differently around you? Some feel calm, some feel exposed, some feel inspired, and others feel uncomfortable without knowing why. That is because your energy carries truth. Light does not announce itself, it reveals. And not everyone is ready for what you reveal. Chosen one, you were not designed to convince or chase. You were designed to activate. Your life is a living message. Your growth becomes permission for others to grow. Your healing reminds others that healing is possible. Even your silence teaches more than some people's speeches. This is why you have often felt misunderstood. People may project onto you expectations, fears, admiration, or resistance. Some will love you instantly, others will distance themselves. This is not personal. Your energy forces inner reflection, and reflection can be uncomfortable. You are a mirror, not a performer. Many times you have questioned whether you are doing enough. You wonder if you should be louder, more visible, more assertive. But your power does not come from force. It comes from alignment. When you walk in truth, your life speaks on your behalf. Chosen one, this is why trying to fit in has always felt unnatural to you. Your spirit was never meant to blend. It was meant to lead by example. You shift atmospheres simply by choosing integrity over compromise, depth over surface, and purpose over approval. Understand this, not everyone will stay with you. As you grow, some relationships will fall away. This is not loss, it is alignment. When your frequency rises, anything that cannot meet it will naturally drift. And here's the responsibility that comes with this sign. You must live consciously. Your actions ripple, your words linger, your choices echo in ways you may never see. That does not mean you must be perfect. It means you must be intentional. Chosen one, you are not here to control outcomes. You are here to embody truth. God uses your obedience, your authenticity, and your consistency far more than your striving. There will be seasons when you feel invisible, when it seems like nothing is happening. Do not be deceived. Roots grow in silence. Shifts begin before they are visible. The impact of your presence often reveals itself long after the moment has passed. You may never know how many people change course because of one conversation with you. You may never see how many hearts found courage by watching you endure with grace. But heaven records what the world overlooks. Chosen one, your mission was never about recognition. It was about resonance. Stay aligned, stay humble, stay true. When you walk in your divine assignment, your life becomes a quiet force that shifts destinies, without trying, without striving, and without apology. This is who you are. This is why you were sent. Conclusion. Chosen one, your journey has just begun. Chosen one, as we reach the end of this sacred message, understand that what you have absorbed is not mere guidance. It is a call, a blueprint for the path you were born to walk. You are not here by accident. Every challenge you face, every joy you encounter, every person who crosses your path has been orchestrated to bring you closer to the truth of who you are and the mission you were chosen to fulfill. Throughout this journey, we have uncovered the 7 forbidden actions, spiritual traps designed to pull even the most devoted away from their divine purpose. Ignoring your inner voice, entertaining negative energies, becoming attached to materialism, succumbing to ego, misusing the power of words, fearing your own power, and living in the past, all are dangers that can obscure the brilliance of your light and derail your mission. Yet knowledge alone is not enough. Awareness without action is like having a compass and never taking the first step. You must internalize these lessons, make them part of your being, and walk deliberately in alignment with your divine calling. Remember, chosen one, your inner voice is sacred. It is the whisper of the divine guiding you through the storms and the quiet moments alike. Trust it above all external opinions, above fear, above doubt. Protect your energy vigilantly. Those who drain, distract, or diminish your light are not accidents. They are tests, invitations to rise above, to set boundaries, and to walk in your power without compromise. Attachment to worldly desires and materialism may seem harmless, even rewarding at times. But true fulfillment is not found in possessions. It is found in living your purpose. Align your actions with service, humility, and love, and you will discover the richness of a life that is deeply meaningful. Let your words, your deeds, and your very presence reflect the divine light that resides within you. Every act of integrity, every moment of courage, every choice made in alignment with your higher self sends ripples that impact lives far beyond your awareness. Do not fear your power, chosen one. The light within you is not a burden. It is your gift, your responsibility, your tool to heal, guide, and inspire. The universe does not call the unworthy. You have been equipped with everything you need to step fully into your mission. Do not shrink, do not hide. Stand boldly in your truth and allow your life to serve as a beacon for others who are lost, searching, or uncertain. Finally, live in the present. Release the chains of the past, and do not allow regrets, fears, or memories to cloud your path. The divine works in the now. Every moment is an opportunity to realign, to grow, to shine. Your purpose is eternal, and your journey is far greater than any single victory or setback. Chosen one, walk forward with courage, clarity, and conviction. Protect your light, trust your guidance, honor your purpose. You were chosen for a reason, and the world is waiting for the gifts only you can bring. Your journey has only just begun, and your impact will echo through generations. Keep shining, keep believing, keep walking in alignment with your divine calling. The path of the chosen one is not easy, but it is glorious. It It is sacred, and it is yours.